All right, so this switch turned out to be a little bit out of alignment. It needs to be perfectly set up. Otherwise, the clock won't turn on or won't turn off, and won't the alarm won't go off at the right time. See that little lever right there? That activates a switch that's underneath here. It's this thing right here. That's a switch. Switch has got a little button that's underneath this cavity here, right? And you have to sort of tune it in such a way so that every single detent presses on this plate just a little bit, not too much, to turn the switch on. So you can kind of hear it. This is on. Then when I turn it to off, you hear a little click there. And then to turn on alarm, you turn it yet further and it goes up. If any of the bends in this bar right here are off, it won't work. It's got to be really fine tuned. Now what I found when I first took this clock apart was the detents weren't there because the plates had gotten a little bit out of alignment from the spring and from the levers. And so this button here was like free to move. You really couldn't tell whether you were on or off. So you have to play around with these plates and the springs and the levers in order to get it to click right there and get the switch to turn off when it should and turn on when it should. And then you have to play around with the settings because inevitably these arms get out of alignment with the gears, so that when you're turning this around, it goes off at the wrong time. So you have to play around with these arms and the alarm set. So right now it's set to 12, right? And you set to alarm, which is that. Okay? So I go around, and then at 12 o'clock you'll hear a little click. And a couple seconds later, you hear the alarm click. Here, listen. There. The radio turns on. A few minutes later, the alarm will turn on. There. That took a long time to get just right. Because over the years, these metal plates and springs and whatever to get out of alignment, and then the alarm doesn't go off at the right time. Radio doesn't turn on. Radio won't turn off. You can't feel the difference. And that's why a lot of people like, oh, it doesn't work, whatever, or it doesn't tell the right time, or the alarm doesn't work, or the alarm doesn't go off at the right time. It all has to do with the micro adjustments of these little plates and the springs so that the switch turns on at the right time. Dude, it's not fun to figure that out, all right? So now this thing's working. Here, I'll show you. So you wonder, how do I get these things to work? It's all trial and error, and it takes time. And time, like everywhere else, time is money. Okay, so now I have it on, and the radio will turn on. Takes a little second to warm up. Is it turning on? Okay. I haven't even done the transformers yet. Okay, now we turn off. That's off. Now we turn alarm. Okay. And then you advance the time. Right now it's set to about noon. So now I advance the time, and then at noon you'll hear a click and it goes on. There it goes, turns on. I can see the tube starting to get orange. Takes a little while. All right, still got to play around with it. It's not turning on. The radio's not turning on. I still have to play around with it.